Any millennials in the room?
Are you ready?
Oh my God.
It's the mentality.
Leave or whatever.
What it do, baby boos? You're listening to the Millennial Mentality podcast where strength meets vulnerability. I'm your host, Erin.
And I am Chris. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, it's about motherfucking time. I'm not playing with y'all. Fuck with it. Like, comment, subscribe, follow on all social media platforms. You can DM, you can email, you can't text. You can cash it though.
Yeah, you never know. We might have a text line. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't
We'll
know.
get there.
I just brought it up.
That would be a good. That would be a good thing. If you want to send us a personal, but you could send us a joint. Oh, we could do a call in. Eventually down the line, we might do
Like a
a
live
live call in joint. You want to call in and ask us some live questions?
Yeah.
We'll do that. Also the other thing too, if you want to leave like a personal story, something like that for us to read and give our opinions on it, shit like that, we can throw that in there too. So feel free. We will leave y'all anonymous. We don't gotta say y'all name. I know I'll be judging you from my end, but I can't. Anyway,
Right.
our topic today, y'all gonna judge me, so it's fine. My topic. Our topic today is about self isolation.
Our isolation brings transformation, as you can see below.
Or up top, or on the side, wherever it's gonna be at, y'all can see
Up,
it.
down, side to side.
Let me see that coochie slide.
Okay. So what you getting into today? What you getting into today?
um, I need to mop my floors. That needs to be a priority. I need to do that, but after that, I have I guess a cookout house, kickback, whatever. I don't know, whatever it is to go to, a little later on. And then hopefully get the air. I wish the air tags was coming today. I have a problem with losing keys. I done lost the same set of keys in the same spot or in the same area now, twice within a month. So I will order some air tags so that won't happen. But yeah, I got a little that, and I need to put away in laundry. That's what I need to do, and then that's it.
Some adulting.
Some adulting, like chill adulting and stuff. I really just would like to just lay back down and go to bed, but
To be honest,
I'm be surprised. And I'm probably not gonna mop the floors. I'm probably not gonna put away clothes. Why? Because I'm gonna have some wine. Excuse me. And I'm gonna sit and talk with some friends and chit chat and stuff like that. So the important adult shit I might not do. The leisure adult stuff I will be doing.
I feel it. I feel it.
What's going on? What you got coming up today?
I am supposed to be going bowling. With a friend, huh?
I want to bowl.
I know we should go bowling sometime.
Yes, we should.
But yeah, I'm supposed to be going to North Bowl, I believe. Is that place nice? Is it
North
cool?
Bowl is nice.
Okay.
Drinks it's always been good. Parking is gonna
Is
be
the
horrible.
food good?
It's like
I might get some.
it's like
wings or
little.
something.
I can't remember how they wings are, but yeah, it's like little bar food.
No, their menu actually look pretty
No,
alright.
I'm saying like little bar food is good. Like I wouldn't just like order. Like I would get nachos from there, wings, the pretzel bites, little stuff like I would order bar food from there.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, it's nice. Just a heads up, parking's gonna be horrible.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing that. Obviously, I can't do too much drinking because I'm supposed to be going.
Sorry, before I forget, because I said parking is horrible. This is what you could do. You're gonna have to walk. Park at Second and Gerard inside the underneath or up top where the grocery store or underneath where the wine and spirits at. Come out and just walk down. That way
How
you
long
got
is the
free
walk?
parking. I don't know. It's a walk. It's a walk. I used to do it. You're young. You run. You can do it. It's not that far of a walk through. Like what the fuck? I'm still walking. It's like maybe 3 blocks.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll
it'd be
just
right.
remind me that when I leave.
I won't. But okay.
Second is right.
Okay.
But yeah, I can't do too much drinking because I'm supposed to be getting up early to go to the gym with my mom. So
Oh, that's cute.
yeah, we're supposed to be like doing like working out Mondays since I go to work late. So can't be doing too much drinking, but it's a good thing that we're making up pretty early.
How early?
You talking about the gym or the
Gym.
bowling? Oh, we're meeting at 8.
8.
So I gotta
Oh,
wake
that's not
up
bad.
at 7 and yeah.
That's not bad. I wish I had like a later date for work so I can. I probably would sleep. Let me not say that.
I know. Usually no, I'm lying. I usually get up at least by 8, try to get to the gym usually on those days, which is really nice because I haven't been able to wake up early much. I've been having issues sleeping, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, that's my plans for today. Going bowling, something chill, something real cute or whatever. Anyway, let's get into the topic for today. Isolation brings transformation.
I love this.
I love this too because I feel like I literally just experienced it, to be honest. Like when I moved to Georgia, obviously like my intentions were to like build a relationship with my dad, and for lack of better words, it didn't go too well. It
didn't go as you thought.
Yes, let's say that. It didn't go the way that I planned it or way I expected. And that's where, again, having expectations. Don't go into anything with expectations.
Do y'all have more of a relationship now than y'all did before? Or is it about the same?
I'd say it's about the same.
Okay.
I mean, yes, we have been through some things. We went to therapy. But I still say it's about the same, to be completely honest.
I only was asked because I didn't know anything about your relationship prior to. I actually thought you was one of them people who didn't know their father, but I did think that.
It's fine.
Being honest,
but
safe space. But from being privy to like a conversation between y'all two, I thought y'all have a good. Again, outside looking in.
Okay.
Outside looking in. From the outside looking in, like from that brief conversation I see y'all had together, I was like, oh, like y'all pretty cool. But again, I don't know. I think the day-to-day, the normal.
Yeah, we're able to have, like, I'm good at having very surface level conversations. I think that we have a very surface level relationship. So we're cool. Like, there's no beef or anything. I can spend time. I love him. But we haven't gotten deep about anything. And I don't want to say we're having trouble like moving past things, but I just feel like maybe I'm not necessarily getting what I desire from him maybe as a father. But then it's like, I don't know, I'm about to get too deep. Because I'm like, well, how do I know what I want in a father if I've never had one?
This.
Should I cut that out?
I'm like, she about to say this shit.
I know!
But now, okay. Topic for another.
Maybe we should go to
I'm gonna put this in my notes because I do have a question. Topic for another episode. I see where this is going. I like it.
I know. Wait,
but cool.
This is not where we're going.
I see where it was going. Yes.
But yeah, so I went down a list. So yeah, I ended up basically spending a lot of time with myself in Atlanta because I was working from home. I was hard to find friends out there. So I really just spent a lot of my time in the house. Which initially like gave me depression, to be honest. Like I had depression for a good little minute because I feel like I thrive in
social spaces.
Yes, social spaces and just being around my community. But then I do feel like obviously like with being in therapy and then trying to build a closer relationship with God, I felt like, I don't know, just something clicked in me where it was like, I'm comfortable in my own space. You know, while I do still want to have like my community realm, I'm also okay with not being around people, or I'm okay with just being in my own space. I'm learning myself and figuring out who I am as opposed to, you know, who I am with for other people or who I am for. Did I say for or with? I can't remember.
Said for, I said with.
Both. So yeah, I feel like those 2 years, like while like I had specific intentions for going down there, I got a whole different experience, which I'm like truly grateful for because like, yeah, I'm a different peach.
You was never a peach.
I said I'm a different bitch.
Oh, I thought you said you were a different peach because you was in Atlanta. I said you were never a peach.
Never a peach, babe.
You might have been some cream cheese. You might have been a pretzel. You are a Pennsylvania native. You might have been a cheesesteak. You were not a peach.
No.
You went down a Philly cheesesteak. You came back a chicken cheesesteak. That about it.
Yes. I love chicken cheesesteak.
You went down a water ice. You came up a little slushy.
No, sorbet.
Okay, bougie bitch.
Yeah.
She leveled up. What did you say? Can't fuck with you.
But yeah, so that's been my experience.
Like, so isolation is a positive thing for you?
For me, yes. It's hard though. Like it ain't easy. Like a lot of roller coasters, but ultimately benefited me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've always like even me sitting back and just like looking like even through my childhood. I've always been big on isolation. I am as hard as to believe. I feel like I'm one of them people that's introvert and an extrovert at the same time. I'm
Same.
I'm very
That's an ambivert.
I'm a who word?
It's called an ambivert.
An ambivert.
Ambivert.
Amber.
Ambivert. Yeah.
I like amber, the color amber too. So
But it's not okay.
I'm roll with it. I said what I said. I said what I said. But no, I'm very, very, very extroverted. I love being around people, but I learned as like in my adulthood that I switch really quick. I can be sitting here with a bunch of people and hey, turn out da da da, and then out of nowhere I can switch and my energy level is low, and I'm like, I'm going to bed. And then days after that is like I it took years for it to happen for me to realize what was actually happening, for me to pinpoint and say, oh, this is what I'm going through. Because then I will run into a lot of times people like, well, what's wrong with you? What's going on? I'm like, nothing. I'm fine. Like, well, I haven't heard from you. I haven't talked to you in a couple of days. Like, you haven't did this. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm in my bubble. Like, I don't really want to have conversations. Not saying that I don't want to talk to you. I don't fuck with you. No, it's not that. It's like, it'd be nothing going on, and my mood would just like something. The feeling in me was like I just need to just be in my space and hear my own thoughts.
Yeah.
And then from that, 90% of the time, when I get to that point where I need to be in my own thoughts, I'll go through maybe like a week or so or a couple days of ever being isolated, and then I come out and it's like I'm back to that high level, high energy. What's going on? I did this for you. I was thinking about you. I got you this. I'm able to have conversations with my friends to figure out what they're going through, like talking about their stuff. I can be that person again. But it was like every now and then I gotta hit that reset button where it's like, unfortunately right now, y'all, I'm going ghost.
Yeah.
And it's nothing personal.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel like I wouldn't say, because I feel like I said, I thrive in social situations, but I definitely feel like sometimes I do have times where I'm like, all right, I'm tired. I'm ready to go sit down. But that's a very far and few between. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
Very far and few between. Very few, far, very. I don't know.
There's very few and far in between.
What did I say?
Very, very far and few in between.
I know what the fuck I meant.
Exactly.
But
exactly. I said,
but nonetheless, right? You wasn't even gonna correct me. But yeah, I definitely feel like my me time, my isolation. I wouldn't even call it isolation anymore. But like my me time is just really just chilling, watching TV. I could be cool with that. Like I'm curious how I'm going to be once I get my own space, because I'm staying with friends, and there's community around all the time. Like we all still have our own time, but I'm just curious like how I'm going to be, because it's just new for me.
Will you yearn for more?
Yeah, like will I still just be like chilling in my house and being antisocial, or am I still going to be out and about the way that I am now? Most likely I'll still be out and about, because it's not like my phone don't work, and it's not like I'm not like around a corner now, as opposed to like a flight away. But
from the house situation, what I do love is that I have like my own floor. So like when I'm in, I don't have to come downstairs. I don't have to do anything. Like I'm in my little bubble. When I still do have those moments where I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of bored in the house. Like what everybody else fucking doing? There are days when I go through that and I reach out to everybody and everybody's doing something else and I just be stuck. I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. But 90% of the time, I'm happy to be isolated in my own space.
Yeah. I'm so looking forward to just getting my own space again.
Ooh. You will have the days where you like, what's day do somebody else doing?
I mean, let's go get absolutely. It's still nice to have that option. I mean, but I'm so grateful for the space that I have now. Like, don't get me wrong, but totally looking forward to creating my own space, because I don't even know what that's going to look like.
It's going to look comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, something you were saying that it made me think about this. Do you feel like when you're in those moments of being the extrovert, being like there for everybody, important people, do you sometimes feel like you need to isolate yourself because you're pouring too much into everybody else? Like you're drained?
I think with certain people, yes. Like, I think when you have a healthy, like, I have multiple healthy relationships, and I feel like in those relationships, it's an equal balance where
You're pouring there for me.
we pour into each other. Where you hear my shit, I hear your shit, as opposed to it being very one sided. So I'm grateful to say that I don't have as many. I don't think I really have too many one sided relationships.
Right.
And I'm happy about that because I had to let some go. Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I do feed off of. I'm kind of fine with the one sided relationships where I'm pouring into people and they're not really pouring back into me. I'm fine with that, but a part of my isolation comes into where as though I feel like I'm pouring too much into you. I won't cut you off, but it was like, all right, I need to step back, and then it's like, all right, cool, I'll go back into pouring into you again.
Yeah, I think that again, like sometimes you're placed into people's lives for certain reasons, and I think I definitely like will do what I can, but while also protecting myself because
Correct.
I'm the main priority. And I think before I did not make myself that.
You was putting
Before,
them
yeah,
before
I would be stretching myself thin, pouring myself, hearing everybody's like, oh, another video again on social media. You know how like you touch the person, they're sad, and then
And
it
you
comes into
absorb
you,
it,
yeah,
yes.
and they're fine, but now it's on me, and I do that again multiple times over and over again to multiple people, and I'm wondering why I'm feeling bad, like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
girl, get that sad shit away from me.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm cool for you know, having a little conversation here and there, but it can't be every time you calling me about some shit.
And if you are, my thing, if you are with me, like I like to have the sad conversations in a good, like an upbeat situation. Like you want to come over and
How
talk
you
about.
gonna have a sad conversation?
No, I'm about to tell you. So if you want to come and you want to, I just want to vent. I want to talk about this bitch ass nigga. I want to talk about this bitch ass. I want to talk my bitch ass mom. Bring some liquor, play some music, bring some good eat. We can chit chat and talk and gossip about whatever you want to do. But we gonna sit here and laugh about the shit we talking about. Cause one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk shit. I'm gonna talk shit.
So you're not about people getting sad.
I don't like it.
You don't do well with that.
I do not do well with people getting sad. Even like you can be sitting here crying. I'm going to make a joke.
That's a Capricorn issue.
I'm going to. You're definitely going to get the. Damn, that's fucked up. Like you shouldn't have to go through this. But man, fuck that bitch ass nigga. Like I'm gonna make a joke within it because I really don't
say that's
know.
a joke by you saying that.
Well,
I think that's still a little supportive.
Well, I'm saying the fuck the bitch ass nigga part. I wouldn't really say that. It would be like that was like the part where the joke would be at. I can't think of the joke right now. But I'm going to make a joke about some funerals. I make jokes at funerals. Like I make joke. You talking about your past relative? If I've known them, I'm gonna break up something funny they did when you're in that moment of damn. I miss such and such. I'm gonna make up. Remember that time such and such did and we sitting there laughing about it. I don't do well with the super lows.
I know. But
when I'm in my super lows, I isolate myself. Mm-hmm. I don't want people. I don't. The best way you can be there for me is about just leave me alone. Yeah. Unfortunately.
I was actually surprised though with you because I feel like I already knew that you don't do well with like handling other people's emotions, but I feel like I did come to you with something. I don't think it was anything too emotional, but it was definitely something that was bothering me, and I talked to you about it, and I feel like you did well, like in regards to like hearing me out, and offering.
But it was something
insight.
Between us.
No.
Something. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like some random shit that I was going through, and I feel like you did well. I mean, but we did like say like you know you kind of moved on to the next topic really quickly, and we talked about that or whatever. But I feel like you should give yourself a little credit.
Okay. I think let me rewind it too. I think what I was saying like sad is like when you're crying.
I think I had already. Yeah. I have already did the crying. With
when is the crying? Okay.
Yeah, I already knew I wasn't coming to you.
Somebody else said that shit to me. It was like, no, I cried such and such. And good. I'm happy to cry out with them. Come to me when you just want to like. Yeah, I can be there when we just venting and talking. It's just the crying part where I be like like I freeze up. I'm not one of them people like to really. The only time I really can like handle is when it is death. When a person is dealing with death and is crying, I'll be like, in that moment. And then after we go through that, the next time we talking about it, like days later, whatever, I'm then gonna bring up a joke. I don't know what it is.
You deal with stressful situations by jokes.
Yes.
Okay. So would you like be opposed to like just sometimes I feel like a lot of people don't know how to deal with like people crying. I'm not the best. Some people try to find things to say, but sometimes they just want you to be there and just be quiet. Would you be?
Yeah. So if I'm not cracking a joke, if like my other way to handle in those moments,
But you still gotta like give some like so you that you listen. Nothing. Like nothing.
You might get the
Chris.
I don't, and that's why I do the okay. So that's why I do the joke because I know the silent, the what's name is not good, and typically that happens when like.
I think this is why your friends know you. Like
yeah.
Don't come to me.
You know, my one friend. I'm not gonna say. You know, we all know who the hell it is. Will call me crying. Oh, and I'm like. Okay, you done? All right. Well, I hear you. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got. But if I already know, like we talking in the middle of us having a conversation, the crying starts to happen, I will make a joke in that situation. But if you instantly are right at the beginning of the conversation, you're crying, I don't know how to handle it. I'm just not that person. It's just not, I know this about me. That's why I tend to go to the jokes. I don't like the fact that I get quiet. That's why the jokes is the thing, because other than that, I don't know what to say. Like, I can't, I don't do well with crying. I don't even like for myself crying. Like, I will cry and I'll be like, during me crying, in my head, I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is you crying for? You bitch ass nigga, like, why are you crying?
I used to do that too.
Stop crying.
Now I accept that shit. Before, that's another thing I learned in isolation. Ooh, I did a lot of crying in isolation. Like before, I would start crying and then just suck it up. Like, bitch, stop being a little bitch. You know, keep it moving. Yeah, but now I just let that shit go and then you move on. Cause be like, it felt good after. You remember when you used to kid, you used to get a whooping and then you get a good old cry and then you go right to sleep?
Yeah.
That's how I
feel.
That
don't feel good though.
Not a whooping.
Why am I going to sleep in the middle of the afternoon when I just woke up and ate breakfast? Now I'm sleeping again and I wake up and then my whole day going. I can't go outside and play with my friends.
You just did a whole scenario.
Yeah.
You remember that, huh?
Man, I got my ass whooped.
You can't go outside. I couldn't go back outside after I got my ass whooped. I'm on punishment.
No, sometimes you would just get, like the ass whoop was enough. It was like you sit down for 10, 15 minutes, then go outside.
Anyway,
but the positive thing I would say with some, like I said, the positive part with me isolating myself, I have higher energy. I can deal with stuff better. I'm not mean. I'm more caring. But the bad side to it is when I don't really give the warnings of I'm going through isolation. I just go into it.
Yeah.
So everybody is now spiraling out of control. What's going on with you? What's the issue? You got beef with me? And I'm like, it's no beef.
Yeah.
And I don't really kind of like I got to a point where now when I'm starting to see, well, everybody kind of knows that I do the isolation thing. They don't always know when it's happening, but I'm now starting to be able to realize when they may be like I'm going through it and they're like wondering what the fuck is going on. Then I'm like, no, I'm just going through a lot. I'm stick to myself. Ain't no issues, no beef, nothing. I just been in my rabbit hole. I've been not trying to. One of the things I used to say too, because I noticed the sometimes around my isolation point, when I get to that point, is like I'll get real mean, like real antsy with people. When I force myself into isolation, and then but that point I call that my period. Because
meanwhile, this man ain't never experienced a period.
I say this because for two reasons. One, men do have a chemical.
That's what I was about to ask. Let me see your phone. Look it up.
We do go through the hormone chemical imbalances that mimics some of the stuff of a period. But I just say the period because it's easier to describe my actions towards people. And I just like, I'm going through my period. Short and simple, to know that I know this is coming about. I'm trying to change it, but it might be like a week where I'm irritated, where I'm just not trying to be mean towards anybody. and I notice it. So that's been an ongoing thing. I've been wanting to label something different, but my period stuck. And it's only once every I feel like it's only once or twice a year it may happen.
You said how often?
Once or twice a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it says that men can experience hormonal imbalances. You already said that though, but irritable male syndrome. A man period.
I didn't just make it up.
Some call the hormonal shifts in men irritable male syndrome or the man period because they can be similar to PMS in women. Symptoms include mood changes and irritability. He used to make me upset saying that he had a period, but
it was never. I'm not actually, and I would tell people I'm not trying to say the actual physical experience of a period. I was just more so relating to the emotional imbalances that y'all go through, like the chemical imbalance is similar. So I'll be like, I'm on mines, but I'm not actually y'all go through a lot. That's one thing. So I had a conversation yesterday too with a friend, and it really just I really had setback. I looked at them. I was like, y'all really deal with a lot.
I'm glad whoever you talk to.
And it wasn't even just a period, but it was what is it, fibroids? Mm-hmm. She was just talking about her experience with fibroids, and I'm like, oh, I went down a rabbit hole on TikTok with that and seeing them get removed and stuff and how big they was, and it just hit me. It was like, damn, this is something that's out of your control. Something that if you do get removed can come right back, and it's all because you are a female. Yeah. Y'all go through so much stuff that we are not even close to dealing with.
Don't even get me started.
I'm so happy to be a boy. That's fine. So happy.
Listen.
Black boy magic.
No.
But no. I do, and that's another reason too why one of the biggest things, couple things piss me off, but one of the biggest things that does piss me off, which I feel like should change, is the fact that y'all have to pay for menstrual products.
Yes.
I feel like they
we ain't asked for that shit. We ain't asked for a monthly period.
And they be high as shit and they texting y'all on it. Why?
Listen, let's not even get too far into that, because now I'm about to go down a long line of other stuff. Okay.
What's one of the other questions?
But so with the because what I'm thinking about is how I deal with certain situations now that I've gone through the isolations as opposed to before. And I feel like I still kind of go through situations the same in regards to confiding in my friends, talking to my friends about it. Because I don't know why, but it's really important to me. I don't know, getting it out and talking to people who are safe to me. But also and their opinions are important to me too. I think it helps me. Getting other perspectives are very important to me to know, look at it from all sides. But I feel like others who would either prefer isolation or dealing with it on their own, not talking to their people or just dealing with it on their own. Who would you say that you are?
When say that am I a person that would talk to people
who would confide in their community about a situation, or kind of deal with the situation on your own.
Absolutely.
After it's over, then bring it up. Oh yeah, I went through this. I figured it out. Blah blah blah. Type thing.
I think I'm a little kind of both. So it depends on the situation for me. Some situations I'll just deal with it on my own. I just need to go through it through myself, and I come on the other end and I express myself. And then sometimes I will talk to people. Now, this part was where I was kind of I had a question for you. I was trying to understand whatever, and I can answer this a little better. When you're confiding with people, is it a me needing or seeking your opinion, or is it just me venting? Are you just venting to people just to get it off your chest, to just talk about it, or are you possibly seeking their opinion to see what their thought process on? I think it's a
little bit of both, to be honest, but more so leaning on get an opinion, because I feel I like to see if I'm tripping, because I know that I can be kind of emotionally charged in certain areas, so I like to bring it to people just to see am I tripping? And not to say but most of the times I'm not. 'Cause I know that my feelings are valid. I like to validate myself in that way, but also, again, like I said, like to see it from both ends And some people may have different perspectives, and I don't mind seeing it from other perspectives. So sometimes venting, but most times like opinions because.
So I think when I'm on, so to answer that for the other half, when I'm in isolation, like, and I'm in that realm of I might isolate myself from everybody. If I am talking to somebody, like talking to my social circle or whatever, for when I'm doing that, it's just me venting. Like I need to, like I feel like I'll have bad thoughts or I might be in a bad moment at that point. So I was like, I just need to vent to get it out of my head. Then I can isolate myself. Then I can come out on the other end and have a conversation about or deal with whatever I'm dealing with. Most of the time in that situation, it's just me venting. When I'm in a point where I'm looking for opinion, I know I'm not going to isolate myself. When I'm seeking opinion, is like how you said, like, am I tripping? Am I thinking too much? Then I'll seek opinions from my social circle, and I hear opinions. I hear a thought person. Oh, okay, cool, and I'll still go on day to day of dealing with everybody. If I actually isolate myself, I'm not seeking opinions because I know just like in that moment of me isolating myself, it's like I just need to get this off my chest. I need to isolate myself, to deal with my thoughts, and then come out and then handle this like the adult that I know I am.
Yeah, and that's why I think that it's important too, because I had to incorporate this in my own friendship in regards to like before you get on the phone, like, am I listening or do you want feedback? Because sometimes not everybody's in a place to hear what you have to say.
Absolutely.
I just come and see you. I just want to talk real quick. I don't really care about your opinion for real.
Right
now,
right now,
maybe later down the line, but like right now, babe, no.
In this second, just let me get this off my chest.
Yeah, because then it can end up being like, oh well, bitch, you was wrong. I didn't ask you for that.
Yes.
Now me and you arguing.
Yes.
Like, no, I just want to be.
What do they say? Hang up on you.
Like, you know what? You was the wrong person to call. Wrong one. But so yeah, I think you said the same thing. Like just making sure to see what you want from this person. I
love that too. I think that should be a big thing that we all should start to practice amongst friends. Is like when you are doing them phone calls, whatever. Like, can we start off the conversation with I just need to talk. I just need to vent. I do want your opinion. Figure out one of them in the beginning so that when you do start to go through this, the person on the receiving end is not, how about to say triggering you? It's not.
But for real.
Yeah, it's not like going there. It's like, I didn't call you to, like you said, I didn't call you to hear your opinion.
Yeah.
I called you because you're like, okay, we all do this. I don't care what nobody say. Well, I can't say we all, but most of us do this. And I don't care what nobody say. And I feel like in this situation is okay. If you have a circle of friends, you're friend A and we got a friend B and I'm friend C. I have
No, we should just C, D, and E.
Okay, I'm friend C, they're friend D, you're friend E. That's easy to remember. Okay, if I have a issue with friend D, but we all friends, and I come to you, I should be able to vent to you, friend E, about friend D, and it not be a problem. Yes. But I'm not going to talk to friend F, who is not part of our circle, about friend D or friend E. I'm only going to talk to friend E about D and friend D about E.
Okay.
And then I would handle one-on-one.
I agree with that.
We all do this. I'm saying like when it's like deep, like if I'm calling you like this bitch, I'm gonna talk to you about that. Now, if I do talk to friend F about something, I'm not going to tell him it's about friend D. I might just tell out the situation that's going on. So,
because now this is kind of, I ain't gonna say triggering, say no. But so say if this is like, this is not even a friend. So say you talking to friend C, I'm talking to friend C about a family situation though, and you're like you're my people who I confide with. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's still acceptable, and like, cause I mean,
we're talking about family.
Yeah,
like you're talking to a friend about family situation. Yeah, they're our friends are our next closest thing to our family.
I mean, to me, my friends are my family. My friends are my blood. Like they're my chosen blood. Right. So I don't. I'm just saying my dynamic and how I look at it, but yeah, I agree about. But I feel like everybody does it, but not all people. I think our dynamic is pretty good in regards to like, yeah, we all talk shit to each other. Yes. We all have stuff that, we may feel some type of way about, but, it is what it is. That's normal.
We're going to vent. We're going to have that problem, and then we're going to deal with it with that exact person. Like, I don't never have to sit here and be like, oh, I'll talk to you about friend D, and you going back and telling friend D what the fuck I said. It's like, no, I said that, and a conversation with us because in that moment,
you were venting. You were
I was
upset.
venting. My emotions was high. I was in that moment. That's how I was feeling. But I may not truly feel this exact way about that person. In that
Right.
moment, talking to you,
All love
I
still.
did. It's all love. I was just like,
Yeah.
I just needed to just blow up and let it out. I'm gonna say all the vulgar shit that I don't really mean, but in that I feel it. And then when I talked to that person, I was like, all right, this is what I felt. This is what da 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 da. So for you, I feel like we all do it, and it should stay between you and that direct person you talk to.
Yeah.
And I also feel like even within that, if I'm coming to you to talk to you about friend D, I'm like, look, I need your opinion on this. I'm telling you, you can give me your opinion, or I come in and be like, I just need to vent. Cool. Friend D did da 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 da. Cool. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I don't either.
Nothing wrong with it.
I think it's healthy because I think holding in
Who else
all
you
that
gonna
stuff.
talk to?
'Cause I'm gonna say, who else you gonna talk to about it? If you just holding all this stuff, either you gonna talk to that person, get over it, or what?
Now you talk to yourself and they want to lock you up. Like,
I'm done.
no, I'm talking too, and yes, I'm pillow talking too. I don't care.
Oh yeah, everybody's pillow talking.
I said if you dumb to think if everybody's not.
Yeah,
They are. I tell y'all over and over again. Yes, we talk shit about y'all, but it's all in love. It's all in love.
All good, baby.
It's all in love. It's a little jokey joke. It ain't nothing super harmful. It's just opinionated stuff in that moment. We let it go. We love y'all still the same.
Period. Yes. So I feel like I had a question though. Dang, it was about. I feel like. Oh my back. Oh, did y'all hear that?
No.
Shut up. Okay.
No, I ain't hear it, so they ain't hear it.
I think they probably heard the first one. Maybe. Who knows?
She farted when I said it's her bag.
No, that was my bag.
Okay.
I did enough farting last night.
I would have farted and said it was my bag.
No
No problem.
Dirty bitch.
No, I probably would have actually said I farted. I was at work the other day. I was like, I got gas. They said what? I said, I just thought y'all should know.
It's a natural bodily function. If y'all smell something and walk into it, you know it's me.
Just spray.
Basically. Yeah.
Yes, I'm that. And to be honest, I even isolate myself from family. I'm very detached from my family. Like what you were saying, like you feel like your friends are your chosen family. Same, my friends know more and do more with me than my actual family does. Now, I do have super close people that I am with in within my family, my blood, but it's extremely few. I have two large families. My mom has 7 or 8 siblings, I believe. My dad has about 9 or 10. So I have large families, but I'm not close with them.
Yeah.
Is it any hatred? No. Bad blood? No. We just don't connect. We connect about family stuff, and then even then, the family stuff is just like it's not there.
And that just made me think about something because it's like family dynamics aren't the same anymore, and we're gonna have an episode on that at another time, but I think that contributes to like isolation. Because I mean, if you had your family to lean on, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't need to. We could all just. But I mean, like I said, that would be the perfect world. But I don't know.
Exactly, it would be the perfect. Like even growing up, like both my grandparents lived like around the corner from each other. Literally, like we would walk from one to the other house during holidays and stuff like that. To the point where my uncles on my dad's side used to date my aunts on my mom's side. They grew up together. Like they know each other. It's big families. So holidays growing up, I had the pleasure of being able to be at one grandparent's house for hours, walk around the car, like eat there, walk around the corner, see my other cousins at my other grandma's house, be over there. Sometimes they even walk around, be at my, like both sides would just mix.
Those were the good old days.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Throughout years growing up, like being kids, you didn't really notice that like some aunts and uncles would be having issues with each other.
It was kids,
and now that you're an adult, it's like we see it and it trickle down to us, and it's like
we don't want it. Yeah. So we just
right. It's like before I even force myself to be in the same room with you to be around y'all, when I see the what's name was like I can create my Thanksgiving stuff here. I can do that with my immediate family. I can do that with my maid family, my friends. It's like I'm gonna put myself in spaces where I ain't gotta walk into the house and because this is the other part too.
Well, let's not get too deep into the family dynamics. We
Oh
can have a whole
yeah.
conversation about this.
I was about to go
I know you
in.
was.
I was about to go in because I feel like that's going to be a big thing for me.
Are you about to go into it again?
No. I think I'm just saying it's a big thing for me. I'm very big on like you. It's me. What's up? I don't care about y'all. Well, not. I hate when I see that. I really say I don't care a lot, but it's the protection of myself.
Mm.
Why I use that word. So I made my life for me. Yeah. I've been saying this. I always heard it. Dating, friendships. That was my. I don't care.
Mm.
I don't care. But and I think that's too. That's part of my isolation. Is the before I let y'all really like when I'm in the moments where I let y'all play with me, I'm gonna remove myself. I'm gonna isolate myself because you're not about to play with me.
So do you feel like all isolation is like good? I guess it's like depending on specific people.
No, sometimes it's bad.
Because I mean, even for like I think we were just this is actually the episode before we were talking about like overthinkers. We're overthinkers. Like
sometimes you isolating yourself. You like okay, because I always say when I'm in my isolation mode, I want to be in my thoughts. Some people can't be in their thoughts.
Right.
Some people when they are in isolations, they tend to overthink the situation, which got you thinking something that the situation is not even like.
Now you done take yourself down a rabbit hole full of
exactly
what ifs and
instead of just having a
real.
conversation with that person and realize like this is not it at all. You distance yourself. You isolating yourself because I didn't text you back and say, "Oh, I'm at work." That I didn't text you. You text me at 8:00 in the morning. I didn't text you back until 9:00 at night and say I was at work. You done spiral out of control. You done blocked me. I'm following everything because I didn't text you back within a couple hours.
Well,
instead of just
that's a little something
giving a conversation.
There.
Like that's but I'm just using that as like in that situation you could have had a conversation. Just like what sometimes with isolation you could have just had a conversation. But now that you isolate yourself, you spiral out. Some people spiral out of control.
Yeah. Because I mean, also.
Well, sure. Also, too, this is the other thing too. Think about the pandemic. A lot of people had to isolate themselves.
Yes.
A lot of people
I think
went through a lot of time. So
the world.
I've had personal experience of people that I was around that really could not like. They have bad anxiety with being by themselves. Like they needed to be in social settings. They needed to be outside. They needed to be around others. And I'm like, I really used to sit back and be like, you don't find peace within your thoughts. It was like I can't be within my thoughts. I'm like,
that's what I was just about to say. I feel like during my isolations, I was having trouble being in my thoughts. Like I would find anything to do, like electronically, my phone, YouTube, or watching a TV show. I had trouble being in my thoughts for a long time because then I would, again, like you said, spiral. And I'm thinking about everything. Like when it was time to go to sleep, it was hard for me because
you're just thinking.
I'm just up thinking, and that's why I'm like on YouTube at night. It's like, bitch, get off
the phone. Are you a writer?
Phone. A writer?
Like, do you journal?
No, I used to like journaling, but I have a hard time.
Was you okay with that? Were you one of them people who, when you did journal, did you go back and read?
Yes.
So I've never been to go back and read. I don't even know where. I think mine's in the car. I don't know where it's at, but I would just use it to get the thoughts out.
I know.
Because it was times where I'm in those moments where I'm like, all right, I'm overthinking. It's just stressing me out. I can't sleep because my mind is going. I would just I would just write whatever I'm thinking in that moment out my head. It don't make sense. It's not in order. I'm definitely doing well, this is hot, but that's cold. And that was cold when I had that, but now it's hot. I would just put everything in there and then close the book. And I'm like, all right, it's out of my head. I never look back, never reread what I wrote. I just used it as a way to get the thoughts out.
Yeah, but I mean, no, but yeah.
And I would have an argument
with that.
Do you have arguments with yourself in your head? Mm-hmm. I would literally, like when I used to journal, I usually would write down a question that was in my head and then turn around and answer the question right after I said it to myself.
Do you ever like I feel like my issue is sometimes is like when I'm writing, I feel like it's too many thoughts. I don't even, and then I just shut down. And now I don't even know what to write anymore. So I'm like, you know what?
I write all them thoughts.
Huh?
I would write all them thoughts. That's what I said. It never made sense.
Sometimes I just get up. Because I be like, I try to sit down and write, and then just be too many thoughts. Like, You know, like when I was saying when you was the other day, you were trying to get something out, but it was so many thoughts in your head, you couldn't even get it out, and he was like, blah, 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 you know, gotta slow
I'm writing
down,
down the
try
blah
to get
blah
it.
blah blah blah. I'm writing down the blah blah
I'm
blah blah. I'm
done.
so serious. I will like the.
So you just still do that?
I haven't did it in a while because I haven't. Um. Okay, the time I was journaling my most, I was going through depression. I didn't realize it in that moment. I realized afterwards I was in my depressive mode during my life, whatever. I haven't been back in that space, so I haven't had the need to do it. Um, but if I feel like I was at that point where I needed to, I would jump back into it. I still have my journal. Where is that? I don't know. Like mine's, this is how it happened. My journal stayed inside my car underneath my driver's seat. Um, and I would be in my thoughts when I would drive to work because my old car didn't have the aux cord or nothing like that, and I just didn't want to listen to radio, so I would drive to work with the radio off. I'm in my thoughts as I'm getting there when stuff is running. I would park and I would just pull it out,
Oh wow, that's
going to work.
dedication.
It wasn't an everyday thing. It would just be like when I know this is happening, I'm pulling over, I'm pulling the book out, and I'm writing.
But that seems so healthy, like just getting it out of your head.
But I didn't know it was. That was
I
the crazy
know. I'm
part.
just saying, but I'm
I
telling you.
stole an empty book from work. It was my pens that I needed for work. And like the book was supposed to be for me to write down recipes. I had stole another one and I was like, no, I'm gonna fill this with a journal. And I was just afterwards, it took me years later to realize like, oh, thank God I thought to use that tool because in that moment I was really at one of my lows. I was really going through it and I used this healthy tool to help me through that point. But I got through. I don't know. I would never I never thought about journaling until that time.
Yeah, journaling is it's something that I struggle
Or
with.
start cooking. You like to cook?
I love to cook.
That was my other form of therapy too. When I'm in modes where I'm like stressed out, so I would just cook something.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've definitely like found different things to deal with it now, but I'm just saying like, I mean,
In
obviously,
that
it's still
moment,
something that like I deal with on a day-to-day basis sometimes. But I tell Sheila to shut up. I forget y'all don't know who Sheila is. Sheila is my negative thoughts, my anxiety thoughts. So I just tell that bitch to shut up because I ain't dealing with her.
I ain't got no. I ain't got no. I don't have a name for any of my stuff, and I don't even realize when mine is coming out until afterwards.
I know that
Like
because
when
so I'm so right now I'm so in tune with my like my body with my thoughts because it's like it's a day-to-day thing,
like the moment.
like when I start having these negative thoughts I know it's not me and I know that I'm overthinking. I know it.
Aiming. When I cuss everybody the fuck out, in that moment, I'm like, yeah, this me. And then days later, I'm like, ooh, that was the other side. I don't know who that person is. Well, I know the person. I don't know have a name for that person yet, but I'm like, yeah, that was the other side.
We need to name him. What's his name?
My bad. My bad.
You gonna name him
That
Drake?
motherfucker is crazy. Nah, I don't know.
Emotional ass motherfucker.
I need like
a hood name.
I'm not even a hood name. I need like a horror movie name. Like I want like a good
Darius.
So what is it? No, where did that name come from?
Ow.
That name sound familiar. That's close to my middle name, Darrell.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, Darrell. I had so many nicknames. Darrell's my middle name. One of my old classmates used to call me Trent. My fake name is Brandon. What was your fake name? Did you ever really stick with? You ain't really stick with no fake name.
Mm-mm.
My fake name is Brandon.
Yeah,
For y'all to know. So if I ever tell you my name is Brandon,
he's lying.
heavy. I don't care either.
But so going back to, I think I asked you, what did I ask you? Is it always good to be in isolation? What did I ask you?
No, your last question you asked me was about the journaling.
Oh yeah, I know that. But talking about this.
Oh, the serious one was like it was always good, and of course I said no. Like it's not always good because your mind starts rambling. For some people, their mind starts rambling during isolation.
Yeah.
So people are the people that needs to have those conversations.
I think that people who use like isolation as a tool, hopefully I don't want to say they know how to use it, but it's just like I feel like sometimes people who end up putting themselves in isolation, feel like they're alone when in reality they're not. Or
People who say that one more time. The people who put themselves in isolation feel like they're alone.
yes, because they feel like they need to go through a situation on their own, or
Okay, I just got hyped only because I remember this, and I really like this. What's the name? I can't find it. If I can find it, we will attach it in a link, whatever. But I don't know if I sent this to you, but it was a guy. He did a YouTube joint breaking down the what was the obsessive personality versus the avoidance personality, and it was kind of based on this, like the avoidance. I'm a definitely avoidance personality person, and it was like the avoidance personality. We yearn, we deal better within the detaching ourselves from people during certain moments, like the avoidance situation, the isolation situation, so I can regroup and then come back and attack the issue, whatever may be it is. Like, and one of the things he said was, which I do experience this, is when those moments where I am going through, like I'm putting myself in isolation, is because when a problem happens or whatever, and somebody is like it feels like you're trying to be in my skin. It feels like everybody's all over me. And it's like, just give me some space. Give me a moment so I can think, get it together, and then express myself. Then come and handle the situation, whatever it may be. Like, I need a moment by myself where people who are the attachment style, like the attachment more obsessive, that's what it was, obsessive person, I don't think they
what's
would
the
do
word?
obsessive.
Oh, okay.
The obsessive personality, I don't think a lot of obsessive people would do great in isolation. Because it's like they're used to being around people. They need to be around somebody. Like, it doesn't. I'm not saying they're obsessed with a person. They're obsessed with being around people. They're obsessed with having a connection with somebody. Obsessed with feeding off of other people's energies and being around them and making other people happy. So with that type of person, is like they won't do well in isolation, because the only person they can feed off is themselves.
And they need to be comfortable with doing that.
Yes,
yeah.
it's
And
like,
I think that's what I had to do, to be honest. Because like I said, I wouldn't use I don't know about the word obsessive. But
no, yeah, it was just like the
I would say definitely. I thrived off of being in social settings and being around my community for sure. So,
because it was like a little more like you was getting I feel like you're the type of person that you get a lot of gratitude out of helping people, like seeing what you've done for somebody, and how it can help. Like, they're in need of something or they're going through something, you help them out, and in that moment, like it feels good for you. And I said this to another friend before too, because people be like, oh, I did this and that for the person, they don't do it for me. It's like, when you're doing this, yes, you're doing it for them, but you're doing it for yourself.
Yes.
Don't stop that. If you're the type of person that I every Monday I text you happy Monday, full scripture, keep doing that. Just because the person don't do it in return, keep doing that. That is for you. Yes, you're doing it to give it to them, but this is really for you. It makes you feel better. It helps you start your week greater. Don't stop doing what you naturally want to do. But at the same time, it's like, you also got to realize, like, okay, what was I about to say? You also got to realize, like, when to pour that into yourself as well. When to learn, like, certain triggers, that certain things they're doing is to help you as well. And or when to, like, okay, I'm doing this for this person. I do all that. What am I doing for myself? What am I pouring into myself to big me up, to help me out? And that might just be the learning how to give, and also learning how to isolate the focus on self.
Yeah.
So
what you were saying would just kind of make me think about, like, love languages, because when you said, like, say if the person likes to text you, and that's for them, but who's to say that this person actually wants it, and then it's like, they just may look at it and throw it to the side. 'Cause, I mean, for instance, like, I remember my ex at the time, or my boyfriend at the time, I think he used to send me motivational, like, pictures, and I guess that was his way of, I guess, showing me that he cared or loved me. And I think we were in therapy, and he listed that as one of the things that he was doing to show that he cared or whatever. But to me, it wasn't registering, because it's like,
that's for him, not for you.
yeah. So it's just like, in certain instances, it's cool to be like doing things for me, but also make sure that it's registering for the person that you're trying to give it to as well. Because if it's not, then what's the point?
It's funny that you said this. something I was thinking too. With the love language, communication. I would say that communication is probably gonna be my answer for damn near everything.
Absolutely.
But within that, it needs to be a communication to express like, hey, this is how I show it. This is what I'll do. Now, the love language thing. A lot of times we um, tend to focus on this is my love language. This is my love language. This is how I show it. This is how I receive it. And instead of realizing like, yes, this is how you show it. This is how you receive it. That also goes for the opposite person as well. So just because for you, your love language is maybe, let's say my love language was gift giving, right? I'm or receiving gifts. I like to receive gifts. And your love language is acts of service, right? My way of showing love
Just giving gifts.
No, my love language is I like to receive gifts, but the way I show mine is words of affirmation, right? So I may be sitting here like, oh, I love your hair, your skin is glowing today, like I love your outfit. I'm showing to you my love language, but it's not translating that I'm trying to pour into you with love because for you, yours is acts of service. You like to receive acts of service. So instead of me saying, oh, I love how your hair look, I love this, that, and the third, I might be like, hey, I set up an appointment for you to get your hair cut. I know you want this certain style. I got everything done for you. You just got to show up at this time. Hey, instead of me saying, oh, I like that your outfit. Hey, I picked out an outfit for you. We went out to dinner. I got you X, Y, and Z. Da, da, da. I did something for you. Or, hey, I went and paid for your nail appointment. I'm now showing up for you. And it's a lot. I feel like it's two parts. I'm now showing up for you in the way you like to receive love. And also, too, within that, I can also say, hey, I picked out this outfit on you, put it on. I'm like, yo, I really like that dress on you. It look fire shit. So now I'm showing you how I'm doing, like how I like to give love by complimenting you, words of affirmation. And I'm also showing up for you in the way you like to receive it by doing something for you. I didn't tell you to go pick out an outfit. I picked out the outfit for you.
So what you saying? Okay, because it took me a little minute. Cause I'm like, because what I'm thinking initially before I even get to the thought, because people who usually have their own love languages usually give it in the same way.
Yeah,
like, they give what they want.
Correct.
But not knowing that's not necessarily factoring what they actually want. You know what I'm saying? So when you said mine's is receiving gifts, but you like to
acts of service. Mine's is receiving gifts.
That's what I said. I said
yours
is receiving gifts, but then you said you like to show love and words of affirmation. That kind of confused me, but I get it now.
Yeah,
so that makes sense though, because like you're doing what you enjoy to do, which makes you feel good, but also still meeting the needs of the person that you care about.
Correct.
So we're both saying the same thing.
It's like a double thing, and then also too. Now, the big thing is what I really wanted to touch on with it was a lot of times we don't realize how to also accept how our partners show love or our friends shows love or whatever. Like again, let's say both of mine was just gift giving and receiving gifts. Like I like to give gifts to show my love and receive gifts to show my love. But yours, you may like to show love by words of affirmation. I then have to, like, being around you after a while, I gotta kind of accept that you're a type person to just lift me up. That's your way of showing love. I could sit here and be like, oh, you don't show me love, you don't do nothing for me. Then I'm like, you lying. I always send you that text to say, I hope you have a good day. I always check in to see how work going. I always tell you got a nice haircut. I always tell you glowing. That's me showing my love. I also have to realize, like, okay, not everybody like is going to meet me exactly where I needed to be at. So I gotta kind of understand, like, all right, this is what you into. It's not hard to me to be like, all right, I know with Erin, when she does do that, that's her showing love to me.
I definitely can agree with that. I think one of my issues, because the question I'm having in my mind is like, does that apply to all relationships though? Because I feel like, do you think it's like subjective to or specific to friend relationships, family relationships, actual sexual relationships? Because I feel like in friend relationships, I can take that where it's like, okay, this is the way. It's like even just speaking with me and you, particularly, like I I know I pick up and I understand like accepting you who you are. Like that's the way he shows love. I see it. I know that's the way he's trying to show love. Cool. It may not be necessarily. I'm not gonna say it's not the way that I want it because that what it is like. So I don't know. I take that back. But I think that.
Let's just say, if I hypothetically, let's say it's not the way you want it.
But okay. So I think I'm also like a words of affirmations too. You're not a a word giver at all.
At all.
So it's the other things, like the little things that, and I feel like I pick up on that. And I think it's okay in firm relationships, but I feel like when it comes down to, like, say for instance, like a father-daughter relationship or an actual.
So yes, I agree.
Emotional relationship, because it's like, okay, you may be giving me what you want to give me, but what about what I want? And it's like, how are we going to continue to keep moving forward here if my cup is not being filled up, but you believe you're filling up my cup, but it's really not. You know what I'm saying?
Communication.
Absolutely. But it's just a matter of communication, a person wanting to put in the work too. Because if they feel like, oh, well, you're just going to have to accept me for who I am and what I have to give.
That's such a Now, I will say this. I am 100% warm-blooded Capricorn to the T. But I'm also a Capricorn who knows my traits, knows my ways, and know certain things that is not really acceptable. And I do try to work on that. Do I work on 100% of them things? Absolutely not. Do I work on some of them things? Absolutely. But that's why I laugh so much when you tell me these stories, because mostly Capricorns are around you. And I'm like, I hear, I get I know how they're thinking. I know why they said that. I know where it's coming from. But I also know for me, I would word it differently, or I would handle it differently, only because I know these things about me, and I know how often it gets mistranslated. So I know why I would do it differently.
Yeah.
But I do now, me, Capricorn to Capricorn, you're not. When I would have just, for me, I would have took it because I can deal with that. That's just me. I can deal with them, and I know I'm like, cool. But knowing you, I wouldn't have did that because I know you're not in that space to deal with that. It's not acceptable for you. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm like, certain stuff is like, I
just think
those exact words, though, I've used for sure.
I definitely think that it comes with like different expectations in relationships. Like it's a level of expectations. Yes. Like you have expectations for friends, yeah, cool, but it's not that much. And I think the more expectations that come in a relationship, the more you should be open to exploring other people's love languages and willing to meet those, because it's not just about what you want to give.
I agree. I'm just for the me. My levels change depending on the level. I think the level of relationships, and this just goes by title, and then also, But anyway, yes, I think too, where a big part for me is like with any relationship, I don't want any of my relationships to feel like work. Mm-hmm. I know it will be work. I don't want it to feel like work. That's why I typically kind of start to tap out a little bit, or I stray, because it's like, I'm not at work. I know we're going to work through some things. I know there's going to be some conversations and stuff like that. I know there's going to be some tough moments, but I'm not clocking in, clocking out. I'm not doing this for a outside benefit. I will try. I will work throughout these things, but am I going to be perfect? Absolutely not. We're going to hit them bumps in the roads where it might come up again. We just got to work through it. But I'm not working 24/7 for this. When I feel like I'm working 24/7 to please people, then I'll be like, I'm stepping back. That's just me, though. But I don't think I'm at the point with that with anybody in my life where it's a job. Have I felt like that in my past? Yes, absolutely. And I've sidestepped them friends, family members, relationships with the quickness. Like, this is a job, and I'm not signing up for a job.
Yeah, I feel like I'm willing to put some work in for any relationship who they're also willing to put in work.
That too,
but we also have to also begin the same, like, it's not guaranteed that we're all going to be in the same like mental headspace, but like We gotta be in the same book. We gotta be in the same chapter. Maybe not even the same chapter.
Yeah,
Same
same
book.
book.
Let's just say book.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
We all gotta be at least show that you're willing.
yeah. Because I mean,
Let's start there. You just show me that you're willing. The rest of it we can get around that. If I'm not, but like I say all the time, I'm not about to be the only one fighting for this friendship. I'm not about to be the only one fighting for this relationship.
right.
I'm very big on just tell me.
Yeah. Because I feel like even just like that sends people, like, again, if you just putting in all the effort and then not feeling it in return, send your ass into isolation. For real, for real.
Why
It's
you
like,
ain't?
you know what? I'm
Why you
taking a
ain't
step
telling me
back.
about this? Why you ain't doing this? What you mean? I've been not telling you about this. I've been not doing this with you. I've been not calling you. I've been isolated you. That's another thing. You can put people into isolation.
Put you on ice.
Ice, real quick. I didn't even realize that you can put people into isolation
They don't even be knowing.
instead of isolating yourself. You can isolate
They be like,
individuals.
I ain't heard from what's the name
Absolutely
of that?
not, but everybody else did.
I didn't even think about that.
I ain't either, but we just got somewhere with that one. That one happened. All right, now, okay, question for y'all. Let us know. Are you the social? Do you need to be in social settings all the time? Do you need or so extra? Well, I would. Do you think that would fall extrovert, introvert? Anyway, fuck it. Are you a person that needs to be in social settings when you may be going through something personally, something with other people, or are you a type of person that you need to be in isolation? Now we're not saying forever, but just maybe in that moment when you're feeling it, you're going through it, you may need to be in isolation, or you thrive better when you are around your friends, family members, best friends, co-workers. You're around people to get your mind off of the situation. Which one are you? Let us know, because I'm quite curious to see which one is more of the higher. Is most people isolation type people, or most people are like social people?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm a little bit in between. I think it depends on the situation, but always having that person in your corner, like your people in your corner, is like, I think that's the most important thing to me these days. I wonder if that's even like an important thing.
I've actually been in. It's funny you were saying that. I've been in. It's been times in my life for sure where I got to a point where I'm like, I don't have. I didn't feel like I had anybody in my corner. Not saying like corner to look out for me, but like somebody in my corner who I can just call and vent to about shit. Anything I'm dealing with.
Yeah, I'm grateful I had one.
I keep thinking I'm about to get
over
my
10 years.
therapist back.
Me too. Me too.
That's not like I'm about to get my bitch back. I'm about to get my.
I might get therapist back too. Once I move to where I'm going to be, I want to be in person. I don't want to be.
Oh yes,
online.
in person, top tier. So much better than online over the phone. Like in person was.
I low key wish I could.
And I wish it was longer. Why do therapy only gotta be a fucking hour?
I know. By the time you get to the end of the hour, it's like, bitch, I just got started.
Right. Like, what you mean? I'm not gonna remember this just next week.
I wish that I could reach out to my old therapist and just give her an update, because me and her have been through a couple little bit stuff.
You probably can find through Facebook. My
I have her number, but I'm not sure if she would like. I feel
Charge
like
you.
kind of weird, like being like, "Oh, hey, just wanted to." Maybe I will just text her.
Well, I don't know. My therapist, he was cool as shit.
She was really nice. I just feel like, some therapists would prefer for people to not message them personally, but I don't know.
I say try it. My therapist literally was like, mine's literally told me if I see you in public, he was like, for confidential or whatever. He was like, if I see you in public, all that stuff, he was like, I won't say anything. He was like, but if you speak to me, I will definitely speak back.
Yeah, I know that part, but I mean,
so I'm pretty sure even social media, he was like, whatever it may be, he was like, even afterwards, he was like, you can always come back. He was like, not guarantee that you'll get me each time. He was like, but feel free. Yeah. Feel free. The door is always open. So I would say go ahead and do it.
I think I might.
I look at them like I look at therapists like kind of like how like teachers and like the nurses and stuff like they give birth to the babies and stuff like that. Years later, when the kids come back as an adult and like, oh hey, this is what I did, and they're all like, oh I appreciate it. It reassures them as well. It's like this is a job, but it's hard to not get a little personal with it. I
know. I mean, I felt like she was my damn friend after a while, but it was like, oh no, wait, we still gotta keep it professional. But
we on the clock.
Yeah, do y'all get extra close to y'all therapists? Y'all be trying to make them y'all friends and shit?
We need to talk about. I feel like we will get to that point and talk about therapists and stuff, because I feel like
we do have a
Okay,
Going
I
on
can't
about
remember.
therapy. We do.
It's
But
that 30 hitting.
let's wrap it up.
Like, comment, subscribe,
Yes, please.
follow all
Thank-
social media platforms, email, Cash App.
Oh my God, he keep talking about
She
this Cash App.
find me. She's rich. I'm poor.
I'm not rich.
I'm poor.
we
She
need to let
must
them-
be because
let
she don't
them
know
keep
how to.
their money in their
My
pocket.
palm always up. If you would like to give, I would like to receive.
Listen, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and we can't wait to see you on the next episode.
This one's for her. This one's for mine. I'll take them both.
Well, if anything ends up in that hand, I'll take it.
Oh, now she wants to pay. I'm begging.
Listen.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.